Hello, guys. Today we are going to discuss about OET writing grammar, and it's quite important for you to have an appropriate grammatical structure when it's come to OET writing. So, to begin with, these are some of the generic things that you have to see, but important grammar rule that you have to see. First of all, the appositive noun. It's important to describe the quality of the noun and how can you write it down. This has been displayed in front of you. You can just use this convention. Maybe I'm writing to refer Mr. Mark, a 48-year-old man, put comma, to just use it. I'm writing to refer Mr. Mark, put comma, a 48-year-old man. Here you can see there, we have to separate it with comma and write it down, hyphenated. Let's say hyphenated text, right? So you should write it down, let's say hyphenated text over here, who presented with signs and symptoms suggestive of Alzheimer's disease. So here you can see that we can write it down the relative clause in this response, followed by, thank you for saying, Mr. Mark, a 48-year-old accountant. Again, we can write it down hyphenated, or simply we can write it down an accountant directly over here. The second part of the introduction is the relative clause. So relative clause, we have two types of clause, the defining and non-defining clause. So in the first example, when you can see that we are writing in a defining clause, then there should not be any comma over here before that. And whenever we are writing in non-defining clause, so we should separate this non-defining clause with the help of comma. Remember that this relative clause is quite significant because this will dictate you the tense to be used. First of all, wherever tense we are using, for example, present simple, present perfect, and so on type of tenses in the introduction part that will be discussed in detail. So you can see two rules of grammar that has been discussed in this slide. The first one is the appositive noun that describe the quality of the noun, and it has to be separated with the help of comma. Second is the relative clause. If you are using the defining relative clause, then you should not separate it with comma. However, if there is a non-defining clause, is this example, we have to separate it with comma. And at time, we have some makeup lines as per the writing task. Let's say I discussed with your receptionist as per the appointment schedule, I'm referring. So these line, thank you for seeing, or I'm writing to refer. These are just the convention. You can use any one of them, right? An important thing is to have the politeness in your introduction as well as in the conclusive paragraph. Now, we can see that the tenses to be used in the introduction. Remember that when I'm talking about the tenses in the introduction, we are just concerned about the relative clause. Relative clause mean this whose clause. In this whose clause, we can use maybe present simple tense, present perfect continuous tense, and past simple tense most of the time. As you can see, these are the example whose signs and symptoms are suggestive of diabetes mellitus. So here you can see that we are using the present simple tense. In the next example, who has been unresponsive to the treatment of, let's say, so this is your present perfect continuous. In the third example, we are using who presented today with severe chest pain. So as per the given scenario, as per the task, we can introduce the different types of tenses. So why it's important for you to have the right tense so that you can get a good score in your OET writing. Followed by the tenses in the discharge. So in the discharge intro, we can either write it down past simple or present perfect. In the next example, you can see that in the same discharge letter, we are writing who has responded well or who has been responding well, depends. And even in the first example, I can also write it down who has undergone a successful writing replacement surgery, right? In this video, we have helped you to understand that how to write an introduction, number one, passively, and actively, we just help you out with different grammatical areas, which include your appositive noun, which include your relative clause, such as defining and non-defining, with the rule of punctuation. And then we had also discussed about the tenses in the introduction, like past simple, present perfect continuous, and so on. So today's lecture was majorly focused on introduction of the referral and discharge. In the coming videos, the request letter, we will be discussing about the body of the writing task. So this series of videos will help you to understand the writing structure. Not only that, but you will be able to ace your writing score to maybe 370, 80, 400 plus, and so on. So join M&M to get a good score in your writing. Thank you very much.